Son, when I was 35, I would tell you such stories like how you're gonna die. And in these sort of tellings, I would say to you that today, there's only one way to which you're gonna die, and that is when the world becomes alive. Ooh. Okay, right. So, you and I suffer through what we consider to be the future. But the future is actually today. It's here, it's ready for you. In this world, you have yourself several notions. And one such notion that I recently discovered was the Earth's axis tilted a little bit more than it should be, thanks to groundwater pumping. It's a bit weird. It reminds me of the pyramids, actually. It makes me think, gee willikers, the pyramids, they kind of look a little bit like water pumping machines that try to put water from the ground up into the desert. And gee willikers, if the Earth sort of spins a little bit too far in a direction, the Ice Age is going to happen. Except it's not really the Ice Age, it's more like moving of the ice caps. And if the ice caps sort of moved, then, that's Europe. Well, it's wherever the ice caps move to be frozen, but presumably the places where it wasn't so green, like the deserts, like where the pyramids are, would become more green, You get colder, unless it'd be moved away from the Earth's sort of equator, and thus become potentially more temperate. Boil? In nature. So, theoretically speaking, you can bring about an ice age. And undo it at the same time. Because you put the water in, you take the water out, you do hokey pokey, and you potentially cause a mass extinction that helps things along in a grand sort of form way. So, I guess, I guess that's why people care about the Middle East, is because, I shouldn't really say that. It could be. It could very well be. I don't know. The issues, the sort of the particular of the nature of self-destruction. Why would one have to do this sort of thing to sort of achieve particularity? The answer is indeed of natural selection. When you have no natural selection, you'll be selected to be natural. Essentially, you'll boil down. You won't boil up, you'll boil down. And this is because you lack suffering, right? You lack the necessaries to sort of grant yourself forward. And not granting yourself forward, it wouldn't be a bad idea if you had no wall to hit. The moment you hit a wall, you're kind of like, everything catches up to you. Because the truth of the matter is, regardless of these sort of notions, The grand journey of the human life is essentially a quintily, a sequentially squandering forward in a constant movement. And when that stops, it's kind of like, where do you go from there? You probably feel like you need to, that life's complete at the moment. You could just die at this moment and you'd be fine. It's crazy. So many sort of slashings of films of reel between my mind, I sort of see myself going, yes, that is very much foretelling of the future. Of course, it's foretelling of the future in a sense of looking back that yes, I was prophesized by Hollywood's greatest film writers, Michael Bay, in the disaster movie genre. I was prophesized by zombie films into sort of the dehumanization of people through means of simply consumption of humanity. Yes, I was prophesized by so many stupidnesses that it's too impossible to say master plan, because it's just so general, it's so widespread, it's so general. You'd think the grand unconscious sees all. And the grand unconscious that directs us all, it's not necessarily a good particular. You can't call this God in that sort of frame of mind, because the creature of soul, the molecular soul, is the absolution of free will. The absolution of free will. Regardless if that will is terrible, regardless if that will is stupid, regardless, it doesn't matter, it's irrelevant, it doesn't matter, it's irrelevant, because if you have the will, then you're going to use it. That's the notion. That's it. Of course, the anti of soul is like a giant laughing stock, because to give up free will, you have to sort of use your free will to give it up. You have to sort of go, yes, I should decide that I won't have self-agency at all. I won't be which is kind of funny in itself, because it's an act of free will to give up free will. And this kind of, you could possibly see the lines where birds migrate, how they can migrate, and see how the world will sort of change. Because if the world has changed multiple times, then the birds are gonna know. And thus you could see their migration patterns and see where it becomes awry, and then sort of realise a coincidence based upon it. You could probably see that the birds travel over mountains than they would often plain lines. Maybe. Justify my own sort of malicious sort of malpractices. Maybe. I don't know. The truth is, I believe 3 to 4 years from now is what I've been waiting for my entire life. I don't know if I have the capabilities to achieve anything that I wish for, that I have known for. And my spiritual beliefs haven't sort of fostered me any sort of grants. My own sort of abilities haven't delivered. Granted, I'm a lazy piece of shit who isn't capable of doing anything. Not because he doesn't have the will to do it, but because he doesn't have the will to do it. So you can probably see that I look a little bit mongoloided. Not because of the picture of the image, but because I've sort of stabbed myself in the back, in the sense that I've been eating crap. Not so much like the relevances of things that you'd consider to be good but are actually bad, but rather like these Cedos and stuff. They ran out of crumpets, so I got bagels. Bagel like palm oils. Seed oils, it's not good. You should probably smack your head more often, actually. It's very spiritually pure to drum yourself in that way. Drum yourself. Drain yourself the liquids that contain so garages that you don't comprehend, because the comprehension of a crevice inside your person is kind of hard to comprehend, because the comprehension grants you nothing but more crevices to comprehend. I just don't know. You might want to consider moving to the desert, Mew. Go somewhere like that where potentially when the world changes you won't be so harsh. But I'll stay here, I'll stay here. I'll be with you always. Absolutely so, wishing you well. Wishing you beauty. Hoping you kill the poison ugly viper in it. Hoping that I'm not just a shell. To you and to me, Mito. To you and to me. That the title of the God of Nothing, facing the dream of within to become electric, is just nothing but a spell. Mind eye will pulls you into a fright because you used to be tall. Oh yes, used to be tall. Cool trick of self-confidence. Picture yourself straight upwards. Everything straight upwards. You are tall. If you picture yourself tall, you'll be confident. I'll grant you all the things that you need to know. Picture yourself tall and you shall be confident. And if you are in your worst form, this is helpful to you. Because, in your worst form, when you're confident, you'll destroy yourself more than you should, which is good. It's actually very good. And in your best form, this is helpful to you because you'll know what it is that you need to know. And knowing what you need to know is more important than knowing what you don't need to know. You'd think that's clever, but it's really not. Ooh. There you have it. The end of the world soon.